We got a couple things to go over, and you don't always have to worry about the other cars on the road. Sometimes you got to watch out for something else. Hello and welcome to Safety Update with Sam. I'm Sam, in case you didn't know that by now. Some of you veteran drivers should know that. Some of you new drivers might not know that, although I spoke to you in orientation, and if you've already forgotten my name, that hurts just a little bit, but I'll get over it. Anyways, hey, we got a couple things that I just want to kind of go over, just some housekeeping items, if you will. Nothing truly safety oriented that we need to cover, but there's just been a couple things that have popped up lately that we need to cover here, and I thought this would be a great place to do it because I have your undivided attention, and I could say whatever I want and you have to watch. Actually, I guess you don't have to watch, but I appreciate you watching. I really do. I know I say that a lot, but I really do appreciate it. I get a lot of comments, texts, all that kind of good stuff, and thank you very much. Anyways, so as you know, we are now into the month of April, and you've all heard the joke, April showers bring May flowers, and what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. But right now, April showers also brings low visibility, okay, for semi-trucks. And we have had one accident actually, and one incident in the past week that had to do a lot with the rain. And there's even some snow mixed in, so you still got to be careful. But I just want to remind all of you that it is raining out there right now, and especially if you're up in the Midwest, it's been raining for like the last 2 or 3 days, and it's just that time of year, okay? There's going to be a lot of precipitation in the air, and there might be some snow mixed in. So please use extra caution when you're driving in the rain. Always double check, triple check, quadruple check your mirrors just to make sure that there's nobody in there, because sometimes these cars don't have their headlights on and it gets really difficult to see because you got the spray coming up, and so just make sure that you're double checking all that stuff. And if you're in city traffic or dense traffic, make sure you're giving yourself plenty of room. Like I said, we had an accident where our driver did what he was doing, but because of the rain and because of slick conditions a little bit there, it caused an accident, and not the driver's fault at all, but it still happened. And even if it's not our fault, we still get to deal with all the things that come with an accident. So just make sure that you're being extra cautious if you're driving in the rain. It might not be as slippery as snow, but it can be, quite honestly, and it still gives you limited visibility and the roads are slick. And so just make sure that you're being extra cautious in the rain. Okay, cool. Another thing, I've been getting many calls from a lot of you, and I shouldn't say a lot of you. I've been getting calls though, and I just want to kind of explain the difference between safety and operations. I am more than happy to help you guys out with things, but if there's a question about load information, pickup numbers, even as far as like, hey, I'm overweight, what should I do? I want to direct you guys off to your operations, your driver managers. That is stuff that they can handle. That's stuff that they're quote unquote trained to handle. When it comes to load information, I don't know anything really. I don't even really know exactly. I can find it out in our dispatch software, but I don't really even know what loads you guys are on. That's just an area I don't focus on. So if you do have any questions about load information, again, some of you have been calling me, and I can help as best I can, but really you should be reaching out to your driver manager, because they have all that information. That is what they focus on. They've got pickup numbers, they've got all that kind of stuff. And again, like if you're overweight on the load, make sure you reach out to them too, because they have all the contact information for the shippers, and they can get you back there, and then they know what's going on. Because again, I don't know your guys' loads. I don't know what you're pulling. I don't know where you're going. And I can look it up, but definitely not as fast as they can. And that's what they're there for. So make sure that you really lean on your driver managers if you do have questions about your load, or if there's an issue with your load. Now, if you get into an accident while you're pulling your load, then reach out to me. That's where I come in, okay? But if you have questions about your load or anything like that, make sure that you're reaching out to your driver manager. And I know sometimes they get extremely busy. And so if they're not answering the phone, you know, you can keep trying, or you can get with me and I can shoot them a private message. We have this internal messaging system. I can shoot them a message saying, hey, make sure to call this guy. I can help you out with that. But if you call me up and say, hey, what's my pickup number? I'm not going to know the answer to that one, okay? So I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to brush you off or anything like that, but I just want you guys to make sure that you're calling the right people so you can get the information quickly, so we can get all these issues resolved, so that you can get on your way. Cool? And then lastly, I still got some cab cards sitting in my office. I've put a lot of them in your clear folder, so next time you swing in, you grab a folder, it'll be in there. If you don't have a cab card and you don't know the next time you're going to be in Rockford, send me an email, shoot me a text, and I can send it out to you. I can email it to you, and then just the next time you're in the Rockford area, swing by, pick it up, and we should be good to go. But I want to make sure those get out there. I know a lot of you already have them, but I do have some still that haven't been picked up. And, you know, with all the drivers we have, I mean, it would take me a while to go through everything and see who doesn't have one yet. So if you don't have a registration or a cab card that says 2025 on it, make sure to reach out to me. Or like I said, if you're going to be in Rockford today, tomorrow, next day, they'll be in your clear folders. But if you need a digital copy, feel free to reach out to me. I can send it out to you. Okay, cool. That concludes all the little housekeeping stuff that I wanted to take care of. Now, let's take a look at a dash cam video where it's not necessarily the other drivers on the road you got to watch out for, but it's something else. Okay, so here we are, interstate system. Pretty common for a lot of you out there. Guys drive these every day. And I don't remember exactly where this one is at. I want to say it was in Missouri. No, I think it's Iowa, maybe. I don't know, it's one of those two. They all kind of blend together once you get down there. But let's take a look. So here we go. We're driving along, and we can see traffic is slowing up a little bit here in front of us. I'm kind of wondering what's going on. Our driver is being cautious in this, which is good because he recognized something's not right. And if you look up at the sign up there, you'll notice that a good chunk of that is missing. And we have to drive around and end up actually accidentally hitting some debris along the way because it was kind of unavoidable. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, you maybe could have gone the other side, but I think there was cars there. So, I mean, it is what it is. So even when traffic is actually doing good and you don't have cars weaving in and out of you, you still sometimes have to watch out for signs. Now, I bet you already have taken a good guess as to what exactly happened here, and you're probably right if you guess that there was an oversized load that drove ahead of us, and they didn't quite get the measurements exactly right. And so he was a tad oversized even for the signs and ended up taking one of them out. So it's kind of one of those videos where I like to remind you guys out there that you never know what you're going to find out there. And good job to this driver here for recognizing that, hey, I've got, quite a bit of space in front of me, but there's something going on. He couldn't really tell exactly what the deal was, but he knew something was going on, so he's taking it slow, taking it cautious, and sure enough, there's a piece hanging down, and actually it's hanging down, it's kind of tough to tell in the video, but it's actually hanging down enough to where it was going to hit our equipment. So, if the driver wasn't being cautious and was saying, look at this, I got a free lane all ahead of me, I can just blow right by that there, he would have hit that and probably would have caused some pretty decent damage to our equipment and possibly knocked off the rest of that and flew it off and hit another car. And then we'd have that on top of it. So kudos to this driver here for recognizing that something wasn't right in this situation. And I know a lot of you have been in similar situations like that where you just know that something isn't quite right. There's something goofy going on. Traffic isn't behaving the way it should be. And, I've seen enough videos too where, a driver will have enough space, a lot of space in front of them, and traffic is going slow and they're just blasting by cars. And that always just makes me tense up a little bit because it's just so easy for one of those cars to dart out in front of you and you smash it, or something like this, where all these cars are seeing something that maybe you don't yet, and there's a reason they're all going slow. So I just wanted to, like I said, I like to show these kind of videos just to put it out there, in that you just never know what you're going to see out there. And with these dash cams, I get to see everything that you guys do. And I appreciate, this driver called me and said, hey, because, okay, so I'll let you in a little secret real quick. If there's a harsh braking event or a near collision or harsh acceleration or something like that, I get an email sent to me with the video. And so I can see what was going on. So if you got a harsh brake, I see that video, I see what's going on. Stuff like this though, I don't get a notification on this. So the driver has to call me and say, hey, at around 10:30, take a look at the video. And if you have something like this, if you have something kind of unusual or strange that is not going to trip the motive AI, to say, hey, something happened here, let me know. I love watching stuff like this because it helps, it lets me share it with you guys so that you can see that, man, there's stuff on the road that you just gotta be cautious of. So if you come across a thing like this, let me know, because I like to see it and I like to share it. So again, kudos to this driver for recognizing something was off and kind of getting out of the way there. And I would hate to be the oversized truck and have to explain that one to the bosses and the state of Iowa or Missouri or wherever this took place, and like, hey, whoops, sorry about that sign. We were off on our measurement. So I don't know. But anyways, so if you have questions about anything, or if you have something that you want me to see, feel free to reach out. My contact information's at the bottom. Call, text. I'm starting to learn smoke signals, so if you can do that, I might be able to read it. I'm a little rocky on it still, though, so maybe just call or text would probably be the best method of communicating with me. But be safe out there. I say it every time because I mean it all the time. Make sure that when you're out there that you drive safe.